grateful to be here. First time visiting Zurich, Switzerland, and and from my childhood I was watching videos from here because many senior devotees would visit, especially my spiritual master would visit here often, and so many videos and audio I would hear from here. It's my first time personally visiting here, so I seek blessings of all devotees. You are serving so wonderfully. This has been a very special temple. I was told yesterday, Adikesha Prabhu picked us up and he was mentioning whole history. He went back to tell history of Switzerland first and how it's the World Bank. And then wonderfully he was explaining how in 1980s and 1990s this temple was having more than 80 residential devotees. So wonderful. And actually preaching was expanding all over Europe. This is special mercy of Srila Prabhupada. Who can imagine in this part of the world, we are worshipping God Nitai and Jagannath Baldev Subhadra. It's so special. I was reading Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, 10th canto, 13th chapter, the last chapter Prabhupada translated. And Prabhupada was mentioning there was nothing happening in Vrindavan, there was nothing happening in this part of Vrindavan, Ramanriti, and he's not writing his own name, but he's saying that one devotee desired, and look now, Krishna Balaram temple has come up. Similarly, his desire to serve Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur was so strong that Krishna consciousness spread all over the world, just by one devotee's desire. This is power of a pure devotee. One of our Acharya has written, Brahmanda Tarite Shakti Dhare Jane Jane. One devotee of Lord Chaitanya has power to deliver the whole world. This power of one devotee. You don't need a big army. Prabhupada would say, right? We need one moon, then millions of stars. Prabhupada was that moon who gave Krishna consciousness to the whole world. So when we were traveling here, a lot of devotees were asking, where you are going, war situation in the world. In our flight, it took a long detour, avoiding all war areas, it's coming through African region and finally reached. The flight would generally take 8.5 hours. It took 12 plus hours to reach here. But once we reached, we stepped in this temple, we felt home. This is Prabhupada's special mercy. We have home everywhere in the world. And you come to India, we come here, anywhere we go, it's our home, Prabhupada's home. And best part is, Prabhupada simplified Krishna consciousness. Actually, in Vedas, if we read, even to understand Vedas is very difficult and very complicated. In India, if you see big sannyasis, big Mayavadis, big scholars, they have debate on stage, they fight. What is God, what is their form, how to worship, and that to watch this fight and debate, thousands of people come. But what is the conclusion? Nothing. After this whole program, they go out and smoke cigarettes and bidis. But Prabhupada simplified. After the whole process, after churning the whole process of Krishna consciousness, he gave us this temple program. Very special. Actually, Rupa Goswami in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, he describes 64 elements of devotional service. And out of that 64 elements, if simply one follows this morning program of temple, one easily follows all the principles. Nothing to be done separately. Like taking darshan of the Lord, singing in front of the Lord, dancing in front of the Lord, taking charnamrit, offering obeisances, hearing Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, watering tulsi, so many. Prabhupada so scientifically arranged this morning program. Even in Gaudiya Math, this is not there. Such systematically it's not there. Very specially he designed it. Bhagavatam class, in no organization, in no spiritual organization, there is everyday listening of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. At most 7 days. In India they have this 7 days of Bhagavad discourses. People come in big numbers, they hear, they clap, they cry, and then they go back home. That's it. But every day, Nityam Bhagavad Seva is Prabhupada's program. And that makes our journey to Krishna consciousness blissful. We say in our spiritual life, destination and process is same. It's not different. In material world, you work hard, and then at the end you get some money. That's the goal. And then nobody likes their own work. Who likes to go to the office on Monday morning? Nobody. Everybody waits for Friday evening. Saturday, Sunday, I don't have to work. In our flight, we saw one person sitting next to us. Actually, we saw him from the time we were waiting for the boarding. And he's working on his computer. So, flight was already late. 2 hours we watched him working on computer. And then he boarded the flight. 12 hours still on computer. So, 2 plus 12, 14 hours. Completely engrossed in working. And at the end of the day, what he will get? He'll get little money. And then what he will do? He'll again buy a new computer and again work. That's it. But in Krishna consciousness, we chant, dance, eat and go back to Godhead. So our life is blissful, our destination is blissful. That is Krishna consciousness. There is no misery. Prabhupada was in Mayapur and devotees were having this kutir. You went to Mayapur, all of you? Some of you? Okay. You have seen in photos this hut, Prabhupada's hut. Actually, when Prabhupada shifted in Mayapur, there was one hut. Very, very simple, humble hut. And devotees were staying in outside the nearby area of the hut, and Prabhupada was staying inside the hut. And the only prasad available was khichdi. And that khichdi, one devotee would cook, and it would be burned at the bottom, cooked in the middle, and raw at the top. So when they would serve, it would be like, three flavors. You get burnt part, you get the cooked part, and you get the raw part. And devotees were having hard time to have that prasadam. And Prabhupada was observing it. And then Prabhupada was giving class, he mentioned, devotees don't suffer. And one devotee asked, Prabhupada, devotees don't suffer? The prasadam we are taking here, the mosquitoes, everything. Prabhupada said, no, this is not suffering. As long as you know you are going to get ultimate destination of Krishna's lotus feet at the end, this suffering is nothing. This suffering is bliss. Like many times we discuss, if somebody gives you an offer that you stand in cold of Switzerland outside for 1 hour and you'll get a new iPhone, how many people will opt for it? Yes, I can stand 1 hour because at the end of it I'll get a new iPhone. In the same way, in Krishna consciousness, we may have little suffering. What suffering? You get up early in the morning, you take bath, you come, you chant, little bit of austerity. But at the end of the process, what we get is Krishna's embrace. This beautiful picture there. Krishna is embracing Gopkumar once he goes back to Krishna. That is what is waiting for us. And therefore, our means and goal, both are blissful. Both are blissful. In Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, there are different levels of sadhakas. Actually, Śrīmad Bhāgavatam takes us systematically from one level to the next. Śrīmad Bhāgavatam is a very systematic presentation of Krishna consciousness. Therefore, it is called Paramhansa Samhita. And in this Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, there are 12 cantos. As we know, the different limbs of Krishna's body. So first and second cantos are Krishna's lotus feet. On feet we stand, right? So first or second canto gives us philosophy to understand what Krishna is, who we are, how we connect to Krishna, how this material world came into existence, Sarga, primary creation. And then Visarga is secondary creation, how Prajapatis come, the population, different species, Brahma, different demigods, the structure, everything comes in place. Third and fourth canto, they are like thighs, gives extra strength to stand. Now fifth canto is Krishna's belly. Krishna's belly is very sweet belly. It's not a bulged out belly. Many times, we pray in Damodara Ashtakam that Krishna in your belly, whole universe reside. If you hear Damodara Ashtakam's translation, you see, whole universe is into Krishna's belly. So hearing this, one of the painters in ISKCON was painting Krishna, Damodar, where Mother Yashoda is binding Damodar, and he made big belly of Krishna. Because actually Krishna's belly, whole universe, it has to be big. And Prabhupada corrected, no. Krishna's belly is flat, but it is reservoir of all the universes. Everything rests in Krishna's belly. And therefore, fifth canto, which is compared to Krishna's belly, is describing different parts of this universe. There is a horizontal structure of universe and there is vertical structure of universe. Of course, our scientists, they are limited to solar system, and then every time they come with new theory. I remember in my childhood, we were studying structure of atom, and we studied J.J. Thomson's model, Niels Bohr's model. You remember that? And every time they come with new, oh no, this model was fake, and then the new one, and then Schrödinger wave, and this and that. Every time they change. But Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, 5,000 years, no change. Because this is the fact. This is not speculation. So in horizontal structure, the different varshas. We are living in Bharatvarsha. Actually, this is part of Bharatvarsha. Whole planet is Bharatvarsha. And as the Vedic process is followed, place is called Bharatvarsha. As we forget Vedic culture, the Bharatvarsha, the land of Bharatvarsha shrinks and limited to only few places like Vrindavan, Mayapur now. But mainly the whole, whatever we see earthly planet was part of Bharatvarsha. And then there are different other varshas, Ketumal Varsha, Ilavrat Varsha, and different varshas. And then there is vertical structure. We are an earthly planet, but then there are heavenly planets. Then there are Janaloka, Tapaloka, Brahmaloka, there are different upper planetary systems, and then there are many lower planetary systems. But what Sukadeva Goswami wants to teach Parikshit Maharaj is very important. Parikshit Maharaj has only 7 days, right? He has very limited time. Now in 7 days, to teach him this whole structure of universe, what was the use? Suppose we go to some holy place, we want to get recharged, we want to be boosted up in our Krishna consciousness, and somebody starts to explain us how many planets are there, how many countries are there, how many cities are there, what are their economies, what are their political situations. We will not be impressed by it. Now Parikshit Maharaj is having 7 days, and Sukadeva Goswami is telling all these different planets and who lives there and how they worship the Lord and this and that. Why? There are 2 reasons. One is, Parikshit Maharaj has to travel from this world to the spiritual world. And if he has a little desire also, that, okay, let me explore heavenly planets, he'll get stuck. Okay, let me explore Brahmaloka, he'll get stuck. Not only that, when a jiva, when a living entity goes from this world to the spiritual world, on the boundary of material world, Maya Devi herself comes. Material energy in personification personally comes. And she tells, why are you leaving this world? Isn't it so nice? Eat, drink, be merry, eating, mating, sleeping. I'll arrange everything for you. Don't leave this world. Nobody wants to lose their customer, right? Maya Devi, why they will leave their customer? So Maya Devi personally comes and allures a living entity. Why are you going to the spiritual world? Stay back here. And Parikshit Maharaj has to pass that test. He will hear Śrīmad Bhāgavatam 7 days, but then he has to cross all these material layers and finally go back to Krishna. Sukadeva Goswami is making sure, Parikshit, you hear and learn. All the whole material world, there may be lot of arrangements, but there is no enjoyment. One time, one person, he went to an electronic shop and he wanted to purchase a pen drive. So he asked one salesman, can you give me this pen drive? I want to purchase this. Salesman said, no, we don't want to sell you this. So that man went, he thought, okay, maybe this person is not liking me. Let me change my dress. So he changed dress, he changed little bit hairstyle and things. He came back, he said, I want to purchase this pen drive. Salesman said, no, I will not sell you this pen drive. He went back 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 10 times. And finally, this person became very angry. He said, why this salesman is not selling me this pen drive? He went to the owner of the shop. He said, you, this salesman, this particular employee of yours, I want to purchase this pen drive. I came in 10 different get-ups, 10 different costumes. But he is not selling me this pen drive. Why is so? So owner of the shop came. He asked the salesman, why are you not selling this thing to him? He said, sir, he is saying this is pen drive, but this is a pen. This is not pen drive. So if he takes this, go back home, he'll come back and fight with us. How can I sell a pen which is not pen drive? He is thinking it is a pen drive. In the same way, in material world, we come in different costumes. Sometimes human beings, sometimes animals, sometimes demigods, sometimes Brahma, sometimes different reptiles, snakes, different. And what product we want? We want happiness. But Mayadevi is saying there is no happiness in this material world. How can I give you happiness? You may change different bodies, you may come in different situations, but you will not get happiness in this material world. And therefore, you have to search happiness in the right place. That is Krishna's shelter. That is Parikshit Maharaj. Sukadeva Goswami wants to make sure he doesn't get stuck. Second situation is, Parikshit Maharaj is learning how in each situation one can become Krishna conscious. You see, there are different planetary systems. Now, the lower planetary systems are being described. First, Atal. Atal means just lower to earthly planets, Atal Lokas, where different demonic personalities live. And then there is Vital, where Lord Shiva lives. And then there is Sutal, where is Bali Maharaj living. So Parikshit Maharaj is learning, okay, there are different situations, even earthly planets, lower planetary systems, but in each planetary system, devotees are worshipping Krishna. That means there is no excuse of not becoming Krishna's devotee in any situation. We may be in India, we may be any part of the world, we may be in heavenly planets, we may be in hellish planets. We have to serve Krishna in all situations. That is the teaching Parikshit Maharaj is getting here. That anywhere you can worship Krishna, no excuse. There are devotees who are into difficult situations, but they never leave Krishna consciousness. Why? Because devotees of Lord, they experience Krishna in heart. Krishna consciousness means process of the heart, transformation of the heart. It doesn't depend on externals. When Chitraketu, if you heard about Chitraketu in 6th canto, the description about Chitraketu, he was a big king. One time he was traveling in a plane, and from his plane he sees Lord Shiva sitting with some sages, and Lord Shiva is lecturing, he's teaching the science of renunciation to the sages. But Parvati was sitting next to him. So Chitraketu started to laugh. He started to laugh. Oh, he's speaking about renunciation, but his wife is sitting next to him. So seeing this, Parvati became offended. And she cursed Chitraketu, become a demon. Now Chitraketu came down, he begged forgiveness, and Lord Shiva told Parvati, just see, this is devotee of the Lord. You cursed him, but he is not becoming agitated, he is not becoming angry. As a king he was serving Krishna, as a demon also he will serve Krishna. That is devotee. You keep him anywhere, he will never leave Krishna consciousness. That is determination. And that is Bali Maharaj. Here in 25th shloka is described how Bali Maharaj is so special. So we will just read, because this particular verses are not in poetry, they are in prose form. So we can't recite it. In Sanskrit there are two types of scriptures. One is Padya. Padya means poetry. And one is Gadya. Gadya means prose form. And Bhagavatam is mixture of both, Padya and Gadya. Therefore it is called Champu. So that means some verses you can sing, recite, but these verses we can't recite, we can't sing. So we'll just read it. Yasya anudasyam eva asmat pitamaha kila vavre natu swapitrayam yatuta bhayam padam diyamanam bhagavata paramiti bhagavata uparate khalo swapitari. Translation. Now Bali Maharaj is expressing his gratitude to Prahlad Maharaj. Bali Maharaj said, My grandfather Prahlad Maharaj is the only person who understood his own self-interest. Upon the death of Prahlad's father, Hiranyakashipu, Lord Nrsimhadev wanted to offer Prahlad his father's kingdom, and even wanted to grant him liberation from material bondage. But Prahlad accepted neither. Liberation and material opulence, he thought, are obstacles to devotional service. And therefore such gifts from Supreme Personality of Godhead are not his actual mercy. Consequently, instead of accepting the results of karma and jnana, Prahlad Maharaj simply begged the Lord for engagement in the service of his servant. So we hear this pastime of Bali Maharaj in 8th canto of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. And as Sukadeva Goswami was describing different planetary system, he got Sutala. And Sutal Lok, Bali Maharaj lives. And immediately, Sukadeva Goswami started glorifying Bali Maharaj. It happens, right? We remember cities from the famous devotees. We hear, oh, Mayapur, Jaranivas Prabhu must be there. Jayapataka Maharaj may be there. Okay. Chapati, Radhanath Maharaj may be there. Like that, we remember also. Some places, some special devotees are there. In the same way, Sutal Loka, oh, Bali is there. And Sukadeva Goswami is glorifying Bali Maharaj. So in 8th canto, this pastime comes. Bali Maharaj became so powerful that he defeated the demigods. And he became the king of heaven. Now, demigods were hiding because Bali Maharaj was so powerful, they cannot fight with Bali Maharaj. Now, mother of demigods, Aditi, she prayed to the Lord. And Lord became so pleased, Lord became visible to her. She prayed, my dear Lord, my sons, demigods, have lost their kingdom. Can you kill Bali and give me back this heavenly kingdom so I can bring back my children and they stay there? Now, Krishna tells very amazing thing to Aditi. Krishna tells, you know whom I kill? I kill those who are rebellious to me. Bali is my devotee. I can't kill Bali. I can only beg from Bali. So if you want, I can go beg from him. And Aditi said, okay, you do that. And therefore he came as Vamandev. And when he came as Vamandev, he goes to Bali Maharaj's yajna, sacrificial area, and he requests Bali Maharaj for charity. Just by hearing Vamandev's voice, Bali understood this is not an ordinary voice. See, when you hear somebody's voice, you can understand the state of his heart. Voice reflects the state of your heart. So when Vamandev was speaking, give me charity, Bali Maharaj understood this particular Brahmana didn't come to beg. He came to give me something special. And therefore, although as a Vedic regulation, Bali Maharaj was not supposed to stand in between and go out. But he left his yajna, went out to receive Vamandev. Shukracharya was stopping him. Shukracharya was his spiritual master. He was stopping him. Bali, don't go. Don't leave this sacrifice. Bali went. And Bali is conversing with Vamandev. Small dwarf. He's like a small baby. A child actually. And Bali Maharaj is conversing with him. What do you want? What brings you here? I can give you whole kingdom. Vamandev said, no, I just need 3 steps of land. If somebody is not satisfied with what he has now, he can never be satisfied even if he gets the kingdom of the whole world. And then Bali Maharaj said, no, you don't know. You are small now, you will get young, and then you will marry, then you need a house, then you will need money. You don't know what are the needs of a grihastha. So let me give you something. Vamandev said, no. I just need 3 lands, 3 steps of land. Can you give me that? And then Bali Maharaj said, okay, I'll give you. Now Shukracharya came. He said, Bali, this is Vishnu. If you promise him to give 3 steps of land, he is going to take everything. And that time, Bali Maharaj rejected the advice of Shukracharya. That makes him Mahajan. That makes him special. Why? Let us think about it. Shukracharya was having a special medicine or a special mantra by which he can make dead people alive. And Bali Maharaj was dead in battle with demigods. Shukracharya revived his life. Actually, he was his lifeline. You know, sometimes people who are asthmatic, they have some kind of pump. You saw that? They take some medicine immediately. And when they take that medicine immediately, they are alive. Right? Now, if you snatch away their medicine, and if they get that attack, what will happen? They will die. In the same way, Bali Maharaj's antidote for any battle was Shukracharya. And rejecting Shukracharya means actually giving up his backup of life saver. He gave up his life actually. And therefore he is called Atma Nivedan, giving up his life in lotus feet of the Lord. Bali Maharaj gave everything in the service of Lord, and just look what Lord did. Lord in 2 steps, he covered all the empire of Bali Maharaj. And now Lord is asking, Bali, where should I keep my 3rd step? Testing. He bound Bali. And he's chastising Bali. Sometimes we feel like that, right? We are becoming devotees. Why? Why Krishna is testing us? When we come to temple, we are told, chant and be happy. That's it. You come, you chant, you'll be happy. But there is a lot of things in between, right? You chant, go through purification, and then you'll be happy. So sometimes we feel, why Krishna is testing us? Why he's so rigid? Why he can't just give us Krishna Bhakti, devotional life just immediately? Prabhupada himself told, I was tested twice. When Krishna took everything away from me, Prabhupada says, that time I was tested. And then when Krishna gave me everything, that time also I was tested. See, when everything is taken away, we feel lonely, we feel rejected, we feel completely demotivated. And when everything comes to digest name, fame, worship, adoration, is another kind of test. And in both situations, devotee has to pass. Sampade, vipade, jivane, marane. In happiness or distress, we have to remain same. And therefore, Bali Maharaj was tested. He passed the test. Every time we pass the test, we go closer to Krishna. And every time we fail any test, same test come in our life with different details. Like suppose, chanting our rounds. It's a test. During initiation, we take the vow. I'll chant 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra on the beats throughout my life. And sometimes there are extra enthusiastic devotees. They tell, I'll chant 20 rounds. I'll chant 25 rounds. Then spiritual master says, you promise for 16 now. Okay? Then later on you do that. But then what happens? After some time, devotees struggle to chant. I'll follow 4 regulative principles throughout my life. We take promise. But then what happens? Many times New Year resolutions, many times Janmashtami resolutions. We come, I'll read Prabhupada books every day 1 hour without fail. And then the first day only we fail. We fall on Bhagavatam, Bhagavatam falls on us, we sleep. Test. Krishna is testing. Actually Krishna is not testing, Maya is testing. You know, the moment any living entity comes in front of Krishna, Krishna becomes so pleased. He becomes so pleased. He wants to give everything right away. But then Maya tells Krishna, Krishna, I know this person. He will come in front of you and then he'll go to material world also. He will dance here also, he'll dance outside also. He will relish your katha and then he will relish his mobile phone also. I know this person, let me test him. Let me test him. So Maya makes sure we don't become a trouble to Krishna. She makes sure we are of some service to Krishna. Therefore, some tests come in our devotional life just to make us more pure. Bali Maharaj passed the test. And then Krishna gave everything to him. He said, Bali, what do you want? Bali Maharaj says, my dear Lord, I just need to serve you. Just imagine, Jagannath comes in front of us, completely ready to give whatever we want. He has his hand, whatever you want, I'll give you. What we will ask? Anything you can give. He can give us the whole world. What we will ask? But Bali Maharaj asked, my dear Lord, I just want to serve you. And therefore in previous shlokas you must have read that how Sukadeva Goswami is comparing Indra and Bali. He's saying Indra is fool. Vamandev came in front of Indra first. He came to Bali later. And he asked, Indra, what do you want? And what Indra asked? My dear Lord, I want heavenly kingdom. Brihaspati is fool, Sukadeva Goswami is saying. Brihaspati is supposed to be the spiritual master of Indra. He became material master, not spiritual master. He is guiding Indra. Indra, ask heaven. Lord will give you heaven. And here Bali Maharaj, he is asking, no, my Lord. I don't want heaven. I don't want any enjoyment of this world. I just want you. This choice will come every moment. The morning our alarm rings, we have choice. Get up or sleep. That is like selecting Krishna or selecting Maya. We have bead bag in front of us, chant or don't chant. Selecting Krishna, selecting Maya. Every moment, you have prasadam in front of you. 5 gulab jamuns or 20 gulab jamuns. Everywhere, you have to choice. You have to choose. So in the same way, Bali Maharaj has choice. Okay, Krishna or Maya? Bali Maharaj chose Krishna. And therefore he is the most intelligent person. Bali Maharaj, Krishna became so pleased, he said, I'll become watchman at your door. I'll guard your planet personally. And therefore in Sutal Lok, the security department is under Krishna's direct care. We'll read in the subsequent verses. Ravana himself went and attacked Bali Maharaj's kingdom. Then who protected? Vamandev protected. Bali Maharaj don't have to fight also. Vamandev protects him. And therefore the best procedure is to become servant of such devotees. Wonderful purport. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has instructed that an unalloyed devotee should consider himself a servant of the servant of the servant of the Supreme Lord. Gopi bhartur padakamalayor das das dasanudasa. In Vaishnava philosophy, one should not even become a direct servant. Prahlad Maharaj was offered all the blessings of an opulent position in the material world and even the liberation of merging into Brahman. But he refused all this. He simply wanted to engage in the service of the servant of the Lord. Therefore, Bali Maharaj said that because his grandfather Prahlad Maharaj had rejected the blessings of Supreme Personality of Godhead in terms of material opulence and liberation from material bondage, he truly understood his self-interest. So somebody may ask that how come Bali Maharaj got this training that he should not ask anything material, he should only ask Krishna the devotional life? How he got this training? Indra was living in heaven, he is supposed to be a devotee. He couldn't do that. Bali Maharaj is an asura, he is a demon. How could he get this training? Because Bali Maharaj was grandson of Prahlad Maharaj. And Prahlad is special. You see, when Lord comes to this world, he comes and he do many pastimes, right? Ramchandra comes, tomorrow is Ram Navami, right? Tomorrow we are celebrating Lord Ramchandra's appearance day. One incarnation dealt with so many devotees. Krishna comes, so many devotees. But Prahlad is so special, just for one Prahlad, one devotee, Lord personally comes as Nrsimhadev. Any other pastime of Nrsimhadev with any other devotee? Anyone remembers? Only one devotee, Prahlad. Lord Nrsimhadev comes. And when Prahlad was standing near Nrsimhadev, Hiranyakashipu already killed, Lord brings Prahlad in his lap, and as he is in lion body, he starts to lick the body of Prahlad, testing if everything is okay. Is there any wound on Prahlad's body? He was showing so much affection. Tears flowed from Lord Nrsimhadev's eyes, seeing Prahlad. And then Lord asked Prahlad, what do you want? Anything I can give you. I can make you Brahma right away. Brahma was standing there. And Nrsimhadev is telling Prahlad, I can make you Brahma right away. I can give you everything right away. Just tell what you want, Prahlad. And what Prahlad asked? He said, my dear Lord, I am not a businessman. What businessmen do? They give some money, they want some goods. I didn't worship you to get some material benefits. If you really want to give me something, give me service to my spiritual master. Jai Shri Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani ki jai. Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. What did he ask? If you really want to give me anything, my Lord, give me service to my spiritual master. Why? Because I was like a blind person following this world, going into the dark well of material existence which is full of snakes and scorpions. My spiritual master, your dear servant Narad Muni, saved me from falling into that dark region of material existence and brought me to your shelter. And now because of him I am seeing you face to face. How can I give up his service? Please give me service to your devotee Narad Muni. That is what Prahlad asked. And here Bali Maharaj is saying the same thing. He was so intelligent. My dear Lord, he asked service to your pure devotee. So what I want is serve your pure devotee. Prabhupada is saying this is intelligence. That somebody is asking Lord, my dear Lord, I want to serve your pure devotees. Because when devotees are pleased, Krishna is automatically pleased. And now look at our system of worship in ISKCON. system of worship in Gaudiya Sampradaya. We worship in the altar, right? First we offer to Guru, right? You do Bhoga offering. Whose Pranam Mantra we chant first? Guru Pranam Mantra. We chant Prabhupada's Pranam Mantra. Then we offer to the Lord. Because our feeling is, we are not that pure that we worship Lord directly, but we offer these things to our spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, and they offer to the Lord. They purify our devotional life. And that's how our worship, our devotional service goes to Krishna, and Krishna's mercy comes through spiritual master to us. Imagine every day we are singing in morning Sansar Davanal prayers. What's the meaning of that prayer? Sansar Davanal means the whole world is on fire. Right? That's the meaning. Sansara Davanal means forest fire. Whole world is blazing in fire. Now if somebody is picking up mridang and kartal, dancing, and they are saying that whole world is on fire, is that intelligent thing to do? Suppose your house is on fire, will you sing with mridang and kartal? No. But we are standing in front of Lord, we are telling, Lord, whole world is on fire. And we are singing and dancing with mridang and kartal. Why? Yes, whole world is on fire, but Tranaya Karunya Ghana Ghanatvam. Your pure devotee, our spiritual master, our Acharya, Srila Prabhupada, is like the cloud who will pour so much rain that this whole forest fire will extinguish. Yes, we have a problem. Material world also have problem. Devotees have problem. Materialistics also have problem. But devotees have solution. Material world have no solution. That is the difference. And therefore we sing and dance. Because we know the solution. This process of Krishna consciousness. Becoming servant of the servant of the servant. And therefore when Prabhupada was preaching Krishna consciousness, the followers and disciples who joined Srila Prabhupada were very clear. Our line of worship is going to Krishna through Srila Prabhupada. We know Srila Prabhupada and Prabhupada knows Krishna. We follow Srila Prabhupada, we'll reach Krishna. One time one Mataji was there in Laguna Beach and she got initiated by Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada gave her the name Gunamayi Devidasi. I hope there is nobody here at Gunamayi. So Prabhupada named her Gunamayi Devidasi. So she was so happy. Guna means qualities. Gunamayi means ocean of qualities. So she went back to Prabhupada and asked, Prabhupada, what qualities you saw in me that he gave me the name Gunamayi Devidasi? Prabhupada said, I saw no qualities. Because you are from Laguna Beach, I gave you the name Gunamayi Devidasi. What qualifications we have? We don't have any qualification. Only fortune we have is somehow or other we came across a pure devotee. That's the only qualification we have. Nothing else. And therefore when we see Krishna, when we see devotional life, we see through the eyes of Srila Prabhupada. Another time one devotee asked Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada, to reach Vrindavan, we have to meditate on some resident of Vrindavan. That's the process. So whom we should meditate? We should meditate on Krishna or Radharani or Yashoda or Nanda Maharaj or Sudama or Madhumangal. Whom we should meditate? You know what Prabhupada said? Meditate on me. I am that resident of Vrindavan whom you should meditate. Servant of the servant. Gopir Bhartur Pada Kamalayor Das Das Dasanudas. And see, when Krishna comes to testing us, he's very strict. What he's saying in Bhagavad Gita? Sarva dharman paritajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Give up all so-called religious activities. Now forget about religious activities. First we have to leave irreligious activities. First we have to leave that. And then coming to leaving religious activities. What standard Krishna is expecting? But whom Guru accepts, whom a pure devotee accepts, Krishna has no power to reject that person. That is Guru's power. Because Krishna becomes subservient to his pure devotees. He has no power to reject. We know this pastime of Ambarish Maharaj. You heard that pastime? Ambarish Maharaj pastime. He was a simple grihastha. And Durvasa Muni came, was a big brahmachari. He's a big sage, aesthetic. And this Durvasa offended Ambarish Maharaj, thinking, oh, he's a family man, what I should respect him. He offended him. And then Lord released his Sudarshan Chakra to kill Durvasa. Durvasa had a nice universe tour, not just world tour, universe tour. He went to demigods, he went to Brahma, he went to Shiva. Everybody say, I cannot help you. Finally went to Vishnu. And Lord Vishnu, who released the Sudarshan Chakra, he said, I cannot also help you. Because when somebody offends my devotee, my Sudarshan Chakra goes and kills. I am helpless. I cannot help you. And when somebody pleases my devotee, then also I am helpless. Although I may see many faults in that person, but if he pleases my devotee, I am ready to give everything to that person. That is Lord. He has given whole right of giving his love to his devotees. And our process, servant of the servant of the servant. How many devotees are initiated here? Already initiated? Okay, 1, 2, 3. And already initiated. So when we have this initiation yajna, what mantras are chanted in that yajna? Yes, Prabhu? What mantras are chanted in that yajna? When we have this initiation yajna? We chant Guru Pranam mantra, we chant Prabhupada's Pranam mantra, we chant Gaur Krishnadas Babaji, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, we chant all Vaishnavacharyas. Why? Because to remind us, from today on, my shelter is Acharyas. That is my power. I may be fallen, I may be useless, but my Acharyas are great. My shelter is great. One time Srila Prabhupada was walking by the beach. Brahmananda Prabhu was there, he's big bodied, healthy person. And Prabhupada saw a crab. Prabhupada said, Brahmananda, catch that crab. Brahmananda Prabhu, big body, he jumped on that crab. But that crab went inside the ocean. Couldn't catch. Prabhupada asked, Brahmananda, why couldn't you catch this crab? You're so powerful. And is the crab more powerful than you? Why couldn't you catch him? Then Brahmananda Prabhu could not answer. Prabhupada said, because crab is not powerful, but his shelter is powerful. He took shelter of the ocean. And once he went in the ocean, you can't do anything. In the same way, yes, we are weak, we may fall, we may lack in our devotional practice, but our shelter is great. And once we take that shelter, then Krishna accepts recommendation of a pure devotee. Okay, he is a devotee, let me accept. Let me accept this follower of Srila Prabhupada. That is Krishna's vision. So this is what beautiful process of Krishna consciousness we have got. We have to just stick to it. I'll just end with a pastime which is very favorite, very close to my heart. One time, one devotee asked Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada, when we reach spiritual world, how we recognize you? So, very special question. He's going to trick Srila Prabhupada, asking Prabhupada who you are in this spiritual world. Prabhupada said, boy, how you will reach me without me? How you will reach without me? The question of recognizing me will be when you will reach on your own and then you will find me, right? But how you will reach back to Krishna without me? I'll take you to Krishna. And when you come to spiritual world, I take you by a hand, I introduce you to Krishna. Krishna, this devotee was an ISKCON. This devotee did this service. This devotee went through all these struggles. And now accept this devotee in your eternal service. And Prabhupada said, I'll give your hand in Krishna's hand and I'll leave you for eternity with Krishna. That is Srila Prabhupada. The devotee started to cry. He said, Prabhupada, you will bring us to Krishna, you will give our hand to Krishna's hand and then you leave. Where will you go? And then he said, I'll go back and reclaim more souls back to Krishna. That is pure devotee. So one has to recognize this fortune which we are getting in ISKCON under the shelter of Srila Prabhupada. We have to become determined. We have to become completely dedicated to what Srila Prabhupada gave us. He gave us everything. In this lifetime, we can go back to Krishna if we just follow his process very strictly. Actually, there are devotees who have so deep realizations. Ainda Prabhu in one lecture he was mentioning, within 1 week of joining ISKCON, I have seen Radha Krishna within 1 week. And he's not lying. Within 1 week, there are so many devotees, while leaving their body, they are saying, Krishna, you came. Who will lie during leaving their bodies? So this movement is so potent now, even now, that if we follow this process nicely, we can reach Krishna in this lifetime. But only thing is, we have to have faith in Srila Prabhupada's words. We have to have faith in the process which Srila Prabhupada gave. Servant of the servant of the servant. And then we'll not get stuck in any material allurements. When Jayananda Prabhu left his body, devotees asked Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jayananda Prabhu, will he go back to Godhead? What Prabhupada said? If you'll remember me, he'll go back to Godhead. But if you'll get allured with any heavenly planets, he'll get stuck in heavenly planets. So now this is our choice. We have to meditate. Srila Prabhupada is there, our spiritual masters are there, our whole parampara is there. We may lack, we may have many shortcomings. They are there to help us, correct us. And if we have this mood of servant of the servant, even though we may be unqualified, Krishna will still never reject us. Hare Krishna. Anybody has any? Yes. Question.
My question is, could you please maybe shortly, explain the way, like, for example, like a devotee, maybe like, maybe not so good, like whatever, which stage should we pass on, how this way is going to that we go through different planetary systems, or that we get maybe tricked or stuck, or on which one is not that we go spiritual. Is it all the time, or maybe you can?
Yes. Very nice question. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur categorizes the devotees into 3 levels. One is Swanishtita. Swanishtita means those who are in Krishna consciousness, but they want sense gratification also. Want best of the both worlds, as they say. Want both. Like one time, one devotee heard whole Bhagavatam, and then the speaker asked, which character from Bhagavatam you like the most? And this person said, Ajamil. Why Ajamil? Whole life he did sense gratification and went Krishna also. So they are Swanishtita Bhaktas. Swanishtita means those who want Krishna and Maya both. So for such kind of devotees, at most they reach to the level of demigods. They become demigods to the heavenly planets. So they reach that level because they have love for Krishna. Love means they have affinity, affection for Krishna, attachment to Krishna, but they can't leave sense gratification also. So Krishna still accepts them. Okay, you want to be my devotee and also want to be in material world? Become demigods. So they become demigods. And whenever they are in trouble, Krishna comes personally. Indrari Vyakulam Loke Vedante Yuge Yuge. He comes personally to save them, to help them. Now second level is Parinishtita devotees. Parinishtita devotees means those are fed up with this material world. Krishna, no more. We want to go back to you. We want to get liberated. These kind of devotees, they go to further upper planetary systems like Janaloka, Tapaloka, Maharaloka, Satyaloka. There 4 Kumaras live. There Brahma lives. There different sages live. And these devotees, they practice Krishna consciousness in that association. And when Brahma dies, he takes all these living entities along with him to the spiritual world. So that is Parinishtita devotees. Now the third category is Nirapeksha. Apeksha means expectation. Nirapeksha means no expectations. So that is pure devotees. My dear Lord, where you want to keep me, I'm ready to live there. Narayana's parasarve na kutaschan bibbati. Narka swarga apavargeshu apitullartha darshana. You keep me in hell, you keep me in heaven, you keep me in liberation, you keep me close to you, you keep me far to you. In Sikshashtakam also we read, right? Ashili Shiva Padaratam. Radharani is praying, Lord, you keep near, you keep far, you embrace me, you reject me, you are my Lord. That is Nirapeksha. Such devotees, Krishna quickly brings back to them. Krishna doesn't leave them in material world. He'll immediately, after leaving this body, they'll go back to Krishna. So there are different levels. Swanishtita, Parinishtita, Nirapeksha. And then there are devotees who are not in all these 3 levels. They're further down. They're struggling with anarthas. So for them, Prabhupada said, at least in next life, they will be born as humans. Either in pious families or in wealthy families. So they can practice their Krishna consciousness. That is further way down. But other 3 levels, they go further up. Swanishtita becomes demigods. Parinishtita goes to Brahmaloka. Further they get liberation. And Nirapeksha means pure devotees. They go close to Krishna. Immediately after leaving this body, they go back to Krishna. That are different levels. Does that answer your thing?
That means
Yes, yes.
If you stay back, you have to follow or go to this one.
But there is one shortcut, what we discussed today. If we become attached to a pure devotee, then Krishna will not calculate anything. What Kapil Muni is telling Devavati, Prasangam ajaram pasham atmana kavayo vidu. All attachments leads to bondage. But attachment to a pure devotee opens door of liberation wide open. Wide. So that devotee doesn't need to worry anything. If he just attached to a pure devotee recommends to Krishna, Krishna, please accept him. Then Krishna leaves all calculation. Then he immediately accepts that devotee. So that is our way, shortcut. Prabhupada say, I have key to the back door. And that's what. We are depending on that back door. Because front entry is very difficult. Back door entry is easy. That is our process. Anyone else? Any other thing?
Thank you so much for your wonderful lecture. When you were telling that we can choose Krishna or Maya every moment, I was thinking of sometimes I see things very black and white, and once I had a discussion, and I think that it's actually true. We can, like every single moment, we can choose if we want to do for Krishna or against. But do you think there are gray shades also?
Yes. Lot of gray shades. You see Pandavas, when Ashwathama killed the 5 sons of Draupadi. Now, how painful it is for a mother to lose 5 young children. So painful. And they caught Ashwathama. Arjun caught Ashwathama. And now Draupadi is saying, don't kill him. Imagine, for a mother to tell, don't kill Ashwathama. He killed 5 sons of Draupadi. But Bhima was boiling with anger. He said, immediately kill him. Now what Arjun should do? He should kill or he should leave. Draupadi is saying kill. Draupadi is saying leave. And Bhima is saying kill. And Arjuna is in gray zone now. What to do? Kill or not kill? So like that situation will come at each moment. Lot of gray shades. Sometimes some devotees get too sick. Then they are told, Prabhu, this body is an instrument to serve Krishna. Take care of your body nicely, right? And sometimes we sleep. Sometimes we don't attend morning program and things. And then say, you are in Maya. Why you are becoming so bodily conscious, right? Suppose some devotee spent 30-40 years in ISKCON, became very realized, very nice devotee, and he's struggling with his health. What we will say? See, he's so sincere that even neglecting his health, he became such a nice devotee, right? And some devotee, he will not be able to practice Krishna consciousness because of his health. We'll say, he's so careless, what to do? He should have taken care of his health. You understand? So they always gray zone, what to do, what not to do. Solution is guidance. At each level of Krishna consciousness, we need proper guidance. That is our process. That was the verse today. Bali Maharaj is remembering Prahlad. And because Prahlad asked no material things to Lord, Bali also didn't ask anything material to the Lord. He took proper guidance. Let's take another example. You heard about Dhruva Maharaj? Dhruva Maharaj was ambitious. How ambitious was Dhruva? He wanted kingdom bigger than Brahma. And Dhruva also has aversion to Suruchi, stepmother. Right? Now, another example is Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra was also attached to his kingdom. And he had aversion to the Pandavas. Now, comparing both examples, Dhruva and Dhritarashtra. Okay? Dhruva could get Krishna, but Dhritarashtra could not get Krishna. Why? Because Dhritarashtra was not taking any good advice in his life. Vidura wanted to give him advice, rejected. Krishna wanted to give advice, rejected. Bhishma wanted to give advice, rejected. Whereas Dhruva, when the stepmother said harsh words to Dhruva, that to sit in lap of your father, you have to take birth from my womb, Dhruva goes back to his mother. And what Suniti says, Dhruva, if you want to get Krishna, don't keep malice for anybody in this world. I have heard Lord is in the forest. Go. Dhruva goes to the forest. And then Narad Muni comes. Narad Muni also tests Dhruva. Dhruva, you are a Kshatriya boy. I'll go. I'll tell Uttanpad. Make you sit in his lap. No problem. Dhruva said, no. I will achieve Narayan. If you can help me, I will go to this path. Otherwise, just go away. I don't want to talk to you. Then Narad Muni guided. Okay, you want Krishna? Go to Vrindavan. Go to Yamuna. Take bath. Chant this mantra Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. You will get Krishna. Guidance. So there will be situations in our life. Arjuna, in the battle of Kurukshetra, ready to fight. The conch shell is blown. Now anybody can shoot anytime. If conch shell is blown in the battle, that means anybody can shoot any arrow anytime. And that time Arjuna is saying, no, I cannot fight. Grey zone, right? He is saying all seniors in front of him, I should kill them or I should worship them. What should I do? Takes guidance. Shishyas teham shadimam tam prapannam. Krishna, I am your disciple now. Now you teach me. Then Krishna says, shoot, kill all of them. They are on adharma. So a sadhaka has to have guidance. Darkest day of our spiritual life is when we can't take any guidance from anybody. That is darkest day of our spiritual life. Then nobody can save us. Maya will cheat us like in a blink of a second. We need guidance at each step. Sadhaka needs guidance. Even devotees at big senior level, they also need guidance. Everybody needs guidance. Prabhupada himself, he was writing this commentary not independently. You know that. Prabhupada would write this commentary, he would keep commentaries of different acharyas. He would Rupa Sanatan, different commentaries he would recommend. He would read those commentaries and then give this purport. Because Prabhupada is giving us a teaching that even at his level he was not independent. He was taking guidance from previous acharyas. So if we take that guidance, we can take proper decision. What should we do and what should we not do? And then we will never go wrong. Otherwise there is always risk to take wrong decisions. And that can become detrimental to a spiritual life. One young devotee, I don't know where he was, he asked Srila Prabhupada that, Prabhupada, can I chant 192 rounds every day? Like Haridas Thakur. 192 rounds means chanting 22 hours a day. And Prabhupada said, no, don't do that. But then when he came out of the temple room, he was telling devotees, actually, Prabhupada was not telling me not to chant, but because you all are not qualified, Prabhupada didn't tell that in front of you. I know Prabhupada's internal mood. He wants me to chant. So he speculated. He didn't take Prabhupada's advice. And he started chanting 192 rounds. After a few days, he disappeared. And devotees were curious, where did he go? One day they were distributing books, went to a gas station. He was serving there, filling gas in the vehicles. He left Krishna consciousness. So even chanting can become cause of fall down if not taken in proper guidance. Even so-called devotional services, extending ourselves can become Maya if we don't take proper guidance. So at each level of our bhakti, be neophyte or many years in the movement, we need guidance. And if we take guidance, we'll never go wrong. At least Krishna will see we are sincere. That's the trick. Okay? Does that answer your question? Okay. Hare Krishna. Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai, Samveta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Bol. Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani ki jai. Patit Pavan Gaur Nitai ki jai. Hare Krishna. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. That is Lord Nishingadev in the middle? Huh? Oh, Simhachala, okay. Thank you.
I have one more question, if you may.
Yes, Mother.
If a demon is a devotee,
Hmm.
can we call him a demon then?
Actually not. Actually not. Demon means they are born in a demonic family, but he is no more demon because he became.
Because, for example, Prahlad Maharaj,
We can't call
never
him.
called him a demon.
Yes.
But why then, for example, Bali Maharaj, we
No,
call
even
him
Bali, because the previous activities were demonic. Fighting with demigods, chasing them away, taking over the thing. And our acharyas explain, Bali Maharaj became a Mahajan the moment he rejected Shukracharya. That time he became Mahajan. Before that, mixed, because Shukracharya was also guiding Bali Maharaj and he was following him. But the moment he rejected Shukracharya, rejected the demonic guidance, that time he became Mahajan. So therefore, his life is more of like Dhruva. Dhruva, before seeing Krishna, he was a mixed devotee. He wanted material opulence. But after seeing Krishna, he became pure. But in Prahlad's life, from whom he was pure devotee. They are different examples in this.
And just another question came to my mind that I was never able to ask. Someone was giving a lecture in Mayapur, I was just coming from there. And he was making the point of how important it is to take guidance and to take the instructions of spiritual master as it is, like to really follow them. And of course we all know it's like this is the thing that brings us back and everything, but also in this pastime of Dhruva Maharaj and Prahlad, and so not Prahlad, but Dhruva Maharaj, we see he rejects Narada Muni, and Bali Maharaj he rejects.
He didn't reject, but
in the first
Narada Muni was testing him. Narada Muni was testing him. At that point, Dhruva Maharaj didn't accept Narada Muni as good. He was testing, Narada Muni was testing. Okay, you want to sit on the throne? I'll arrange it. You want to go? He said, no, I want Krishna. And that time Narada Muni became spiritual master. Before that he was just testing him. And then said, okay my boy, you want Krishna? I'll tell you. But after that, Dhruva followed Narada Muni every single detail. Narada Muni said, you stand on one leg, you chant like this, you utter the mantra, you worship, everything you follow as this. So that is disciple. So even in our process, before taking initiation, we can test the spiritual master can test disciple. But once initiation is done, the disciple follows. And Shukracharya is not spiritual master. Shukracharya is material master. So therefore, Bali is rejecting Shukracharya is perfectly